literally they show up at the store with the bike. Like,
You know.
by the time a customer wheels their bike into your location, like they're getting it. Like they're getting the service. Like it's done.
Right.
And that's the thing. That's what the shops, like that's what we want. We know that. And the thing is, like Velotooler offers like a virtual way to do the same thing. Like when you accept that job, it's a guaranteed sale for you.
Right.
Basically. I mean, the customer could bail. I mean,
Right, yeah, but we're still going to charge them 50% for that.
when you find somebody that's a new person that's searching for service work, you know, like that's where like everything gets like kind of hard.
Right.
It gets hard, you know. And like I said, the average person just trusts the fact that when they go to the store or they hire, like they get a mechanic or however it is, a mobile mechanic, whatever, that they're going to be able to do it. And, you know, like at this point, like, you know, like you might, if you've got a store, like a traditional business, then you at least, this might be an option for Google to have some reviews or Yelp to have some reviews, maybe. You know, and that's...
But at the same time, there's not really like hard to like even trust because it could be like related, like retail related. Right?
It could be like, you know, they had the wheels that I needed. It might have nothing to do with the fact that you need service work done.
Right.
I mean, because is there a filter on it? Like, is there a filter on the review site that only talks about service?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's like, for example, going to the restaurant and then it's like complaining about, you know what, they didn't have enough light.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, it was just like, I didn't like the space. It wasn't cozy enough, right?
Yeah.
You kind of like the food is the main, that's what you review. Like, nobody cares about anything else. I want...
Yeah. Yeah, because if you go to a review site like Yelp, everybody takes a picture of the plate of food.
Right.
That's what they take pictures of. They don't take pictures of like the lighting.
I was reviewing the bathroom, you know. I didn't really. I was like, it doesn't
show up. Yeah, I mean,
I was like, you know what? They have a great bathroom. Like, this is you don't go for that to a restaurant.
No, I mean, and the thing is, there are some people that are going to write about that stuff, but it's not the common.
Yeah. So it's confusing. It's like even right now, if I go on Yelp anywhere, it's like to find a person, it would be confusing.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah,
like,
there's no way to do
it. It's like, and even the proof is like, okay, well, there's a new mobile bike shop. I mean, who reviewed that?
You know what we should do? We should go on like Yelp right now
and review.
We should look to see if there's even like a business page for like guys like Joe Schultz and Jeff Leonard and all those people that have mobile businesses. Right. Like, is there even a Yelp page for them?
Maybe I don't know.
There might be. I don't know. Like, but that's the point. Like, I mean, the thing is, right now, you know, if you're Joe Mechanic or Jane Mechanic, whatever you want to say, and you know, like, and somebody wants to search for you, like, how are they going to find you? I could see, like, if you're VeloFix, you want the business to come up, you know. But if you're, you know, because you're a franchise, you know, and so somebody might actually the franchise name carries weight in terms of search like SEO. You know, I mean, you know, people will search for that term, you know, but, you know, if not, they're going to search for a really generic term, you know, and I don't know exactly what the term might be, but, you know, bicycle store is real common, let me tell you, you know, like, and I can tell you, like in my business, that the two most common search terms are basically going to be Brumble Bikes, bicycle store like Westerly, or Amos Brumble.
Okay.
Like that's like when you look, you know, because I use Google Analytics for my website. You know how, you know, I mean, it's really simple. Like the top 2 or 3 terms, I mean, they blow away everything else.
Right.
You know, you got somebody else that might find me because they're looking up a brand that I got, like Merck's or Focus, and you know, like, but you know, the SEO for that stuff only works. I mean, if you actually take the time to make a page, and ultimately, all these people that are providing service are going to struggle to be found. And, like, that's the opportunity cost that they're not factoring in. Like you can't understand the work that you didn't get because you don't know about it.
Right.
Like it's easy to understand. Like here's the things I know, you know, and I know what I know, but most people are going to really struggle with I don't know what I don't know to ask about. Like, I mean, it's just not there. Like, nobody talks about that. They only, you know, like, in other words, I know that I charged $90 for a tune-up, and I know that your tune-up is $75, right? And my thing is, But do you know what somebody would have paid for a tune-up that never asked you? You know, like in other words, you don't even get the call. Like they have no contact with you whatsoever. But that work is either, it's like every customer has a choice. Like in other words, they can hire a mechanic, you know, to do the work. They can do the work themselves, or they can just have it not done. Like it just doesn't happen. And nobody's looking at the costs of like having the work not done.
Yeah.
They don't. And I'm like, hello, that's our biggest problem as an industry. I mean, it's not the work that we get, it's the work that we don't get.
Right.
You know, yeah, you know, I got a flat tire and, you know, instead of riding my bike this summer, I left it in the garage. You know, like, how does, you know, like, how do people, they think that that's not reality? I mean, like, do we want to not concentrate on that customer? You know, I mean, if somebody's going to get a flat tire changed and you got a tube that only costs you like $2 or $3, and you're going to turn around and charge them, you know, $20 to put it in, like, you know, most big shops, they have a person that works there that pretty much all they do is change flat tires. You know, that's like the position at a really busy store. You know, like a small store like mine, it's different. You know, I'm going to change your flat tire, I'm going to tune up the bikes, and you know, whatever. You know, it's not a standalone position. But the point is millions of dollars worth of flat tires out there in the world that nobody does.
Right.
We don't talk about that opportunity cost.
I mean, exactly.
I think the difficulty with the industry is that we just haven't done a good job like following a customer. You know, like in other words, like we haven't done that good of a job of getting people who don't ride to ride. You know, and we haven't done that good of a job to get people that are riding to keep riding. You know, like we're not doing any of that. I mean, everybody's so focused on the sale. I sold the bike. You know, and if you're a bike manufacturer, like obviously, hello, you know, but I mean, if you care about the people that are going to provide, you know, the assembly work, then you need to keep those people in business, or else that assembly, there's just nobody to do the assembly work, and that's going to hurt sales. You know, I mean, the reality is not everybody's going to want to put together that 95% assembled bike. You know, I mean, they still are not going to be confident. You know, and I mean, people have to decide: is being a mechanic a skilled position, like a skilled job, or is it just like not a skilled job? Because if people think they can sell a bike that's 95% assembled to a customer and have that bike assembled and adjusted to the level that it's designed to be, and that it requires no skill to do it, then I mean, how many people do you need? Like, you don't need mechanics. But the thing is, it's like it's a conflicting message. You know, like it's a conflicting message because they're selling the bikes and they're like, well, we'd really like to have them assembled, but they are 95% assembled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, you know, which is it? I mean, is this a skilled assembly that needs to be done, or you're just hoping that if there's no solution, that the customer just does it themselves?
Right.
And the truth is, a lot of times they do.
Yeah.
They do it themselves.
And I think, yeah, I mean, I think that's, and this is what company wants. I mean, I don't know.
I think the ideal thing for all these companies is that they would be able to sell the bike, and they would have somebody who would be able to provide professional assembly to the customer and be able to maintain that bike into the future. And I mean, I think that's really what the ideal thing is. You know, like, I mean, and, you know, the traditional bike shop model is that, you know, if you have a brand that you're carrying in your store, you know, you also, you know, when that customer needs a new one, you might sell them another one of what they bought before. You know, so I mean, if you have, you know, Purple Bikes, and that's the brand that you carry in your store. Somebody purchases a Purple bike, you know, your mechanic, you know, in your store professionally assembles that bike, and then you maintain it, and then the customer's like, I want to update or upgrade or change the model, whatever it is. You know, you'd be right there selling them another Purple bike. You know, and if you're a Purple bike brand company, you're happy. That's what you want. I mean, it's like easy, you know, but it starts to break down. You know, once you go to the consumer direct route, that system breaks down. That secondary sale or future sale may or may not happen. You know, I mean, you don't know. I mean, you don't know how the assembly is going to go. I mean, if they struggle with the assembly or some parts fall off, that's going to reflect the brand. Like, even if it has nothing to do with you, even if you're a brand and you know that a bike needs a professional assembly, but you have no way to deliver it to the customer, and then the bike, performs poorly, and the customer decides that it's your fault. It's Purple Bike's fault because, this is just bad product. I mean, it's not the fact that, the customer doesn't have the experience to actually do the assembly. The customer's not going to say that. I mean, how many customers are going to turn around and say, I'm not skilled? That's not what people do. I mean, because for most brands, it's all the bike's 95% assembled. It makes it sound like it's really easy. I only have to put 5% of the bike together. How hard could that be? So they're not going to blame themselves if there's like a part failure, or they get a bad experience because the brakes are squeaking, or the wheel falls off and they crash. I mean, I hate that scenario, but that's what happens. I mean, who is the customer going to blame? Are they going to blame themselves? No. I mean, of course, there's always a few out there that will say, yes, I think it's my own fault, but the reality is a normal person would blame somebody else, whoever had a hand in that sale. If it's consumer direct and it goes directly from the company to the customer, the only person left to blame is the customer.